Hello everyone, and welcome! I'm really glad to have you join me today as we tackle a very important and timely topic. A new COVID-19 variant called Stratus, scientifically designated as XFG, has emerged. It is making headlines around the globe for how quickly and efficiently it's spreading through communities. The speed of transmission is definitely a cause for concern and warrants a closer look. Its presence is especially pronounced in the UK, where it has quickly become a dominant strain. This variant is a stark reminder that the virus is not static. It is still actively evolving and adapting. The virus continues to find new ways to spread and potentially evade our immune defenses. Therefore, understanding these changes, tracking their impact, and analyzing their characteristics helps us stay prepared and respond effectively. Stratus is classified as a recombinant variant, a term that describes its unique origin. That means it's a mix of genetic material from two earlier Omicron subvariants, essentially a hybrid of different viral lineages. This recombination process gives it a unique ability to spread, potentially making it more transmissible than its parent strains. It's now the dominant strain in the UK, having overtaken other variants in a relatively short period. Because of its rapid spread and novel characteristics, it is being closely watched by health agencies worldwide, including the WHO. Naturally, people are asking a lot of important questions, and there's a lot of understandable concern. Are the symptoms different from previous variants? Is it more severe, leading to more hospitalizations or complications? And crucially, do vaccines still work effectively against this new variant? Today, I'll break down what we know about Stratus, examining the available data and research. We'll separate facts from fears, addressing common misconceptions and providing clarity on the real risks. My goal is to empower you with accurate information so you can stay informed and make responsible decisions. Remember, even with new variants emerging, we're in a much better place than at the start of the pandemic. We have effective vaccines, treatments to manage the illness, and a much deeper understanding of the virus. Staying updated with the latest information and focusing on practical steps to protect ourselves is the best way to face this new chapter in the ongoing story of COVID-19. So let's dive into what makes Stratus unique, exploring its genetic makeup and transmission patterns. We'll also discuss what it means for our health, both on a personal and community level. So, what exactly constitutes a COVID-19 variant? It's a term we hear frequently, but understanding its nuances is crucial in navigating the ongoing pandemic. The virus, in its relentless quest to propagate, mutates as it copies itself. Think of it as a biological photocopier, but with occasional errors. And sometimes these changes, these copying errors, make it behave differently. These alterations can affect how easily it spreads, the severity of the illness it causes, or even its ability to evade our immune defenses. When a version with significant mutations spreads widely within a population, demonstrating a noticeable change in behavior, we officially classify it as a variant, a distinct offshoot of the original virus. We've seen this happen with variants like Alpha, Delta, or the now dominant Omicron. Each of these variants possessed unique characteristics that set them apart. Now, let's delve into the intriguing world of recombinant, or as they're sometimes called, Frankenstein variants. These arise through a fascinating and somewhat alarming process. A recombinant variant forms when someone is, unfortunately, infected with two distinct variants at the same time, a scenario known as a co-infection. Inside the host's cells, the genetic material of these two variants can mix and mingle, creating a new hybrid virus. A prime example is Stratus, also known as XFG, which is a recombinant born from two different Omicron subvariants joining forces, effectively combining genetic traits and characteristics inherited from both of its parent strains. This genetic merging can, unfortunately, make it more transmissible, allowing it to spread more efficiently from person to person. Or even more concerning, it can become better at evading the immunity conferred by vaccines or previous infections. While the term Frankenstein might sound dramatic and conjure up images from a science fiction movie, recombination is actually a normal and relatively common process for many viruses, including the influenza virus that causes the flu. Scientists are able to detect these recombinant variants by meticulously sequencing the virus's genetic code, essentially reading its instruction manual. This detailed genetic analysis allows them to track the emergence and spread of new strains with remarkable speed and accuracy. This constant surveillance is crucial, helping us understand the origins and evolution of variants like Stratus, and most importantly, to assess the potential risks they might pose to public health. The Frankenstein nickname, while attention-grabbing, simply highlights the fact that these hybrids can sometimes acquire a unique combination of traits that gives them a competitive advantage over other variants. Ultimately, the ability to identify and characterize these recombinants is a testament to the advancements in our scientific monitoring capabilities. The primary concern is that recombinants like Stratus can, under certain circumstances, exhibit faster rates of spread or demonstrate a greater ability to evade the protective effects of our existing immune responses, whether from vaccination or prior infection, than their predecessors. And that's precisely why these Frankenstein variants garner so much attention from scientists and public health officials alike. So, with that understanding in place, let's take a closer look at how Stratus is currently spreading across the globe. Stratus has rapidly become the dominant COVID-19 strain in the UK. As of July 2025, it's responsible for over 60% of new infections there, a huge jump from just a few months ago. This rapid rise shows Stratus has a clear advantage in spreading compared to older variants. Its weekly growth rate outpaces previous strains, meaning each infected person is passing it to more people. Stratus is also appearing in Europe, North America, and Australia, though it's not dominant everywhere yet. International travel is helping it spread globally. Health agencies are tracking it through airport testing and wastewater analysis to stay ahead. The numbers highlight how quickly the COVID-19 landscape can change. Ongoing surveillance and data sharing are crucial for predicting future waves and preparing health systems. This data isn't meant to alarm, but to inform smart public health decisions. Knowledge is our best tool for action. The emergence of Stratus has raised a lot of questions. One of the most pressing is, what makes Stratus spread so fast? What are the key factors that contribute to its high transmissibility, allowing it to outpace other variants? The answer, in large part, lies in its spike protein. This protein is the key that unlocks our cells, allowing the virus to enter and replicate. Mutations have occurred, and these mutations have made the spike protein even better at attaching to our cells, increasing its affinity for the receptors on our cells' surfaces. This enhanced binding capability is what makes infection easier and more efficient. The virus can latch on more readily and initiate the infection process with greater ease. But that's not all. Stratus also has mutations that help it evade our immune system, making it harder for our bodies to fight off the infection. This evasion is effective even if you've been vaccinated or previously infected with another variant. The virus has learned to slip past some of our defenses. It's like the virus is wearing a disguise, cleverly concealing itself from the immune system's surveillance. This disguise makes it harder for antibodies, the body's targeted defense molecules, to recognize and neutralize the virus effectively. Adding to its complexity, Stratus is a recombinant. As a recombinant, Stratus has essentially picked up the most effective mutations from its parent variants, combining their strengths into a single highly adaptable virus. This best of both worlds approach, inheriting advantageous traits from different lineages, is a key reason why it's so highly transmissible. Importantly, while being more contagious raises concerns, it doesn't necessarily mean it's inherently more severe in terms of the illness it causes. So far, Stratus's main feature, and the characteristic that defines it, is its ability to spread quickly and efficiently through populations. The data suggests that it does not, on average, cause worse illness compared to previous variants. Fortunately, our immune system still has other tools at its disposal, like T cells, which play a crucial role. These T cells help prevent severe disease by targeting and eliminating infected cells, even if antibodies are less effective. And vaccines continue to be a vital tool, boosting these defenses and providing an extra layer of protection. That's why, even with the increase in cases we're seeing, it's important to remember that most people, especially those who are vaccinated, are still well protected from the worst outcomes of the virus. To better understand its place in the ongoing evolution of the virus, let's compare Stratus to other recent variants and examine its unique characteristics. Stratus isn't the only new variant. Nimbus is another Omicron offshoot, but Stratus is outcompeting it. In the UK, Stratus now accounts for over 60% of cases, while Nimbus is dropping to around 15%. This suggests Stratus is even better at spreading or evading immunity. Both variants cause similar symptoms: sore throat, runny nose, cough, headache, fatigue, and sometimes mild fever. Loss of taste and smell is now rare. Symptoms can vary based on your vaccination status, age, and health. For many, it feels like a bad cold. For others, it can be more intense. Because symptoms overlap with other respiratory illnesses, testing is the only way to know for sure. The main difference is Stratus's ability to spread faster and become dominant. That's why it's getting more attention from health experts. The race between variants shows how quickly the virus can adapt. Next, let's talk about severity. Is Stratus more dangerous? Current data says no, it's more infectious but not more severe for most people. Hospitalizations in the UK have risen with more cases, but not disproportionately. Our wall of immunity from vaccines and past infections is still protecting most people from severe illness. The main concern is for those with weaker immune systems, older adults, people with health conditions, or those on treatments like chemotherapy. For these groups, any COVID-19 infection is riskier. Stratus's high transmissibility means more people are exposed, increasing risk for the vulnerable. For the general population, it's a highly contagious but not more dangerous variant. The focus remains on protecting those at highest risk. The World Health Organization is closely monitoring Stratus, now classified as a variant under monitoring. This means it's spreading quickly and has genetic changes that could affect its behavior. The WHO works with global partners to gather data on how Stratus spreads, its severity, and vaccine effectiveness. So far, there's no evidence Stratus causes more severe disease, but its rapid spread could strain healthcare systems. The WHO stresses the importance of continued surveillance, testing, and sequencing. Their advice: stay vigilant, follow local health guidance, and keep up with vaccinations. Simple measures like hand hygiene and good ventilation still matter. The WHO's message is clear. The pandemic isn't over, but we have the tools to manage new threats. Staying informed and prepared is key. What can you do? Vaccination remains the best way to prevent severe illness from COVID-19. Even if vaccines don't always stop infection, they're excellent at preventing hospitalization and death. Keep up with recommended shots. Practice good hygiene, wash hands often, use sanitizer, and improve indoor ventilation. Wear a high-quality mask in crowded indoor spaces, especially during surges. If you feel sick, stay home and consider testing before visiting vulnerable people. Have a plan if you get sick. Know the symptoms, keep tests handy, and contact your doctor if you're high risk. Treatments like Paxlovid can help if started early. Being prepared means you can act quickly and protect yourself and others. To wrap up, we know Stratus spreads fast and can evade some immune defenses, but vaccines and prior infections still protect most people from severe illness. Scientists are still studying whether Stratus increases the risk of long COVID or could become more severe. Our understanding will keep evolving as new data comes in. Trust reliable sources like the WHO and your doctor for updates. We're not back in 2020. We have vaccines, treatments, and knowledge. The key is to use these tools wisely and stay vigilant. Adapt as the virus adapts, and make informed choices to protect yourself and your community. Keep up with vaccinations, practice good hygiene, and look out for those at higher risk. Don't let headlines overwhelm you. Focus on facts and practical steps. By working together and